So today we're going to do a Qigong set specifically targeted to helping our bodies deal with the effects of grief, sadness, anxiety, stress, stuff like that. I'll take that. Thank you. So I just want to make sure to tell you guys that this is not alternative medicine, it's supplementary medicine. It's not an alternative for seeking help from a professional. I have resources set out over there and on the table for you if you feel like you need to grab some after the class. In traditional Chinese medicine, we don't suppress emotions, we don't ignore them, we give ourselves the chance to feel them and to express them and to give them their proper time, their proper season. And then we help support our bodies to deal with the effects of those emotions. So we're going to be focusing on the 5 main organ systems in traditional Chinese medicine, and then also the San Jiao triple burner meridian that can be affected by those kinds of emotions. Okay, so we start with our feet together. Right hand makes a fist. Left hand covers it softly. We bow from the hips. Thanks for being here. Drop the hands down, step out to shoulder distance. And you're just bouncing slightly from foot to foot, allowing the hips to go back, chest to go down. Just keeping the spine as straight as you can make it, being careful not to over push that hip. So you're just kind of stacking your weight on one foot at a time. Good. Try not to collapse the lower back, so try not to do this. So just keeping that spine as nice and straight as you can make it. Good. Take a deep breath, inside out. And then come back to center. We're going to stand nice and tall, reaching for the skies with the crown of the head, keeping the knees unlocked, keeping that pelvis tucked. And then we're just going to turn the hips from side to side, just allowing the arms to go free, to swing from side to side. So you're not swinging the arms, you're just swinging the hips. There's no bones and no muscles in the arms, no control whatsoever. You just let the arms do their thing. This is called swinging arms like ropes. And don't forget to breathe. Okay, come back. Coming back to center, shift the weight over, ankle, knee, hip circles. So you're just mainly circling that knee, and it's in sky. It doesn't have to be big circles, little circles are okay too. And that also turns the hip in the socket and the ankle. So just no weight on that foot is empty. You can bring the hands to the dantian, the lower dantian, the belly. Breathing into that space. Can you all hear me okay? I tend to get kind of quiet.
I've got hearing aids in now. I can hear you there.
Good. And when you get to the bottom reverse, this will also be up on the YouTube, on the website, probably by next week. So if you want to revisit the class, you can turn it up as loud as you want. And then bring that foot in, step out, shift over. Other foot comes out empty, and we do the same thing on that side, just making some knee, hip, ankle circles. And don't forget to breathe. Try to allow the belly to drop down with the breath, expanding into the belly. Allow the diaphragm to push the abdomen out. So you're not just breathing with your chest, you're breathing with the whole torso. Shallow breathing tends to put us in fight or flight mode, can increase anxiety. When you get to the bottom, reverse, go the other way. Good, and then bring in that foot, step to the heel in a straight line, shift the weight over, hands go on the hips, and we're going to do little hip circles, keeping those knees bent at all times, never locking the knees. When the joints are locked, it's difficult for chi to flow, for energy, for life force, and for blood. So if you're like, I'm not into all this spiritual stuff, it's not good for your blood flow either. Just kind of keeping the head and shoulders more or less in the same place. And just circle the hips. And the next time you get to the front, you're just going to reverse. Circling waist for a long life. Get to the front, straighten up. Now I want you to walk your feet a little bit wider out. Make sure the toes are turned out 45 degrees. The knees are slightly bent and pushed in the direction of the toes. And we're going to do the same kind of circle, but with the upper body. So you're going to sink down the front only as far as your body wants you to go. You don't have to go low, but you can if you want to. Knees stay bent, and you're folding from the crease between the legs and the torso. Then you're going to lean over to the side, but not tilting the shoulders. So your shoulders point straight up and down. And then lifting the chest and the back. And then down the other side. And then back to the front. Going at your own pace. And if you want to, you can increase the stretch and make it deeper down the front. Keeping those knees bent to release the lower back. Be careful that you're not creating tension in the shoulders when you're doing this. So just keeping the shoulders nice and neutral and open. Did I call you out? Get to the front, you're just going to reverse. So going over to the side, lifting in the back, careful not to compress the spine, over the other way. You can also think about this as though you were squished in between two panes of glass when you're to the side, so you can't lean. So it's a nice oblique stretch down the side. When you get to the front, drop the head, drop the hands, and just let everything hang towards the floor. It's like you're draped over a fence from the hips, and there's no bones, no muscles. You're just relaxing. Knees stay bent to release the lower back. Think of yourself as a pair of overalls. You can fold the arms if you don't want the hands hanging down to the floor. Make sure there's no tension in the back of the neck. Take some deep breaths, and with each exhalation, release a little bit of tension to the floor. With each inhalation, allow the spine to get a little bit longer. If this bothers blood pressure or anything, you can also place the hands on the upper legs and just stay with your spine straight and your head reaching for the opposite wall. Then drop the head, drop the hands, tuck the tailbone, and slowly unroll the spine, stacking one vertebrae on top of the one beneath it, coming up slow, 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 unrolling. And when you get to the top, start rolling the shoulders and walking the feet back together. So that shoulder roll starts from the ground. You want to make your stance a little bit more narrow now, so you can walk the feet a little bit towards each other. Good. So that they're just about shoulder width. And feel your heels pushing the ground away as you come up. And as you sink down, make sure that you're not sinking down like this. So sinking down as though you're sitting down in a chair. So everything sinks towards the ground. Think monkey. Monkey falls out of a tree and it gets up and it keeps going. And when you get to the bottom, reverse, go the other way. And then you're going to drop the shoulders, bring the hand opposite shoulder. So find the middle of that shoulder and press on that point. If that point doesn't really hurt, there's also one just behind it on the back of the shoulder. So that might be the point that you need to release today. Just hold down on that point and roll the shoulder. Taking some deep breaths. As you exhale, imagine that you're releasing any stress, any tension, any anxiety. This is part of the, this is one of the points that's involved in the fight or flight response. So it's good for just calming mind, bringing it back to the present moment. Also releases tension in the head, neck, and shoulders. Getting to the bottom, you can switch sides, pressing in the middle of the opposite shoulder and just rolling. Breathing out any negative emotions you find there. We tend to carry a lot of our stress in our shoulders. As you inhale, imagine you're sending fresh, healing energy to that point. And then drop the shoulder, drop the hand. We're going to do some neck stretches. So inhale, looking up. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, up. Exhale, relax the chin to the chest. One more inhale, up. Exhale, chin to the chest. Then inhale up, relax the head over to the one shoulder. Inhale up, just let it relax down the other way. Inhale up, exhale. If you don't have neck issues and you want a slightly more intense stretch, you can use the what? Oh, I don't know. It's the ghost, you guys. It's the Centennial Park ghost. So if you want to add a more intense stretch, you can just add the weight of your hand. Don't pull, just add the weight of the hand. And then coming up and add the weight of the hand going the other way. And come back. Bringing the hands up to the hips, we're going to roll the wrists. So try to see if you can feel this movement starting from the ground. In Qigong and Tai Chi, the body is kind of like a whip. So everything starts from the ground. All the force emanates from the earth, your connection, your root. and the hips direct the motion, and the tips of the limbs express the motion. The dantian, the core, amplifies the motion. And reverse, go the other way. Now to clear mental cobwebs, one goes forward, the other one goes back. Don't focus too hard. And reverse. Good. And palms down. Take a deep breath in. Out down the middle. One more in. Out. Even when you straighten the arms, you keep the elbows unlocked. Inhale, keep the shoulders down. Exhale. Next inhale up. You're going to join the hands at the top, interlace the fingers and press up. If you have arthritis, you can also stack them if this is too much. Exhale, sink. Elbows are heavy. We're going to come up the front. Inhale. Holding up the heavens. And exhale. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. And exhale. So in the next one, we're going to inhale. And we're going to turn to the side and exhale, opening up the arms, floating down, sideways, come back to the front. Inhale. Turn the other way from the hips. Exhale, elbows heavy. Down, back to the front. Inhale. Turn to the side, exhale. Inhale. Other side and exhale. One more each side, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Back to the front, inhale. Exhale, push away the walls with your middle fingers. Palms up, inhale, opening the heart to the heavens. Exhale, you're going to give yourself a hug. Rounding the shoulders out. Dropping the head slightly if you want, tucking the pelvis. On an inhale, open heart to the heavens. Now, whichever arm feels like it should be on the bottom, that one goes on the top as you hug yourself. Tucking the chin, opening the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Do 3 more at your own pace, switching arms each time. This is interesting. This is a Qigong exercise that's been adopted by the psychology community. They call it havening. Of course, you know, the scientists have to rename everything if it sounds too spiritual. It's very good for calming stress and anxiety. Helping you connect with your body. Open one more time, push away the walls, and drop the arms. Okay, we're going to do a cleansing breath. Actually, let's take a sip of water before we do that. Drink some water. If you brought some, if you didn't, there's some in the lobby if you need to grab some. So that same movement we started the class with, that we were just shifting and sinking the hips and letting the arms swing. This time we're not going to shift from foot to foot. We're going to stay in the middle. So we're going to come up, inhale, and then exhale forcefully through the mouth, bending. And then just let the arms go free, and then inhale. We're going to do a few of these. Inhale. Inhale. Two more. Good. Coming up. Place the hands on the belly. Take a moment. Connect with the breath. Just let it flow naturally in and out. Breathing through the nose. You can place one hand on the heart, one on the belly. With each exhalation, allow the body to get a little bit softer. And with each inhalation, feel yourself growing a little bit bigger, taking up more space in the room. All of your cells move a little bit away from each other. The ribs expand, the lungs expand, the belly expands, the lower back even expands as you inhale. And as you exhale, you sink the hips back like you're reaching for a chair. Keeping the spine as straight as you can make it. Keeping the knees soft. Keeping the crown up. Good. So drop the hands. We're going to do the 5 organ exercises. So we're going to start with the lungs. So big inhale and exhale, opening. Now we're going to inhale. Then as we exhale, the hips sink back. We round a little bit like we're hugging a bowl, and forefinger and thumb come together. Then inhale. Exhale. Good. It's called crane soars. Inhale. Exhale. At your own pace. By bringing the forefinger and the thumb together, we connect the lung meridian. So this one is good for tonifying and purging the lung, negative energy out of the lung. Organ in traditional Chinese medicine, it's not exactly the same as the physical lung. In traditional Chinese medicine, the organs also include everything else that's connected to them. So all the pathways, all the functions associated with the lung. The lung is affected by grief, sorrow, sadness. You might have felt when you're really sad that your chest feels tight. So we're trying to expand the lung. The lung is also responsible for moving Wei Qi to the surface of the skin and around the body. That's your protective energy. And yin qi, nourishing energy. One more big inhale. Then we're gonna shift our weight over. So one hand stays up, we shift the weight towards that hand and the other one goes behind the back. So you're shifting on your feet. So all of your weight's on one side now. You're gonna scoop the ocean. This is for the kidneys. And then open up, shifting over. So exhale, scooping the ocean. Inhale, opening up. Kidneys are associated with fear, or they're affected by fear, I should say. They're also related to the bladder, so it kind of makes sense if you think of it that way. So as you inhale, just sending healing thoughts, healing energies, healing intentions to the kidneys. Where the mind goes, the chi will flow. Turning from the hips. And the next time you get to the top, you're going to open both arms. Then you're going to put this one behind your back as you shift over. And then we're going to continue on the other side. Inhaling as you open. Exhaling as you scoop. Kidneys are related to the water element in traditional Chinese medicine. Lungs are related to the metal element. In traditional Chinese medicine, we have 5 elements rather than the 4 of Western understanding. So relaxing that wrist. That scooping starts from the hips. That opening starts from the shoulder. So it's a rotation of the forearm, but it's a whole body movement. Open, you open both hands, center, hands to the center of the torso. You're going to do the lever press. So pressing one hand forward, that hand draws back as the other one goes forward. So inhale. So inhale for 2 presses, and then exhale. Inhale for 2 presses. Exhale for 2 presses. Your liver is on your right side, right over here. So you can send healing thoughts to the liver. The liver is affected by anger, frustration, feelings of being stuck. So we're pushing away those feelings of being stuck. The liver is the wood element. It's related to renewal. Season is spring. So that hand comes just, the wrist doesn't go behind you, so wrist just comes to the side. Because I'm turning my hips, it might look like my hands are going further back. I'm also shifting my weight. So shoulders turn with the hips. Slowing down that breath. You're welcome to adjust any posture to your own needs, to your own breath. Good. And we're gonna come back to the center and take a deep breath. Next is the heart. The move is called Jade Maiden Works the Shuttles. So we're going to shift over to one side. Whatever one has your weight, that hand goes on top, and you're holding a ball in front of your torso. So remember, a ball is round this way, but it's also round this way. So it's about a beach ball size. I want to see the shape of that ball in your arms. So you're going to take a deep breath in. And you're going to exhale. The bottom hand comes up to the forehead. This one pushes through. But you're not reaching too far. It's just a gentle push through. And then top hand stays on top, and you turn to the front without shifting. So we're gonna go the other way now. Exhaling and push. Inhale to the front. Exhale and push. So this push is right in front of my sternum, but my hips are turned. Inhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The heart is related to joy in traditional Chinese medicine. It's where we feel our feelings of joy, which are, we think of as a positive emotion, but excess joy in traditional Chinese medicine can manifest as mania and restlessness. It could cause insomnia. So this is about balancing that heart organ, the heart meridian. Going at your own pace with your own breath. Inhaling, staying on the same foot, then turning and shifting as you exhale and push. Inhale, stay on the same side. Push, shift, and exhale. Inhale. This is also a move that comes up in all the Tai Chi forms. You can see how this is a defensive posture. So inhale, hips turn to the front, but you stay on the same foot. Exhale, twist and push. Inhale, exhale, twist and push. Good. Don't let the back knee collapse. Keep the feet rooted. One more. I'm going to bring the hands down. We're going to go into a bow stance. So one foot is straight to the front. The other one is behind it in a 45-degree. So you've got space from side to side as well as front to back in your feet. So your back foot, turn your back foot forward a little bit more. That's it. You want to be able to bend both knees, widen your stance a little bit. That's it. That's it. Good. Both knees are bent, hips are to the front. So this one's called pushing chi. So we're going to push We're going to bring it back, turn to the front and relax. Push forward from that back foot, pulling it back and relax. So push as you exhale, bring it back, relax, turn to the front, push as you exhale. So you only go up to about chest height. This one is related to the spleen, which is over here, just below your left pectoral, or on the bottom side of your left side of your rib cage. It's the earth element. This is a grounding exercise. You feel your root in that back foot. So don't let yourself be uprooted. So as you go forward, don't let that back heel come off the ground. Keep it down. Feel as though you're pushing your car up a hill or trying to push this wall over. And don't let yourself be overextended. So if you're here and I grab you, I'm going to pull you over. So don't let me pull you over. You want to be in a position where you can grab and pull as much as you can push. Inhale, coming back, turning to the front. Push, keeping the elbows down, keeping the shoulders down. You can move with your own breath. Keeping the crown erect. The spleen is associated with worry, being too much in your head, overthinking the future especially. So connecting to that earth element, tonifying the spleen. It's in traditional Chinese medicine very important for helping you digest food and distribute nourishing qi. Careful not to push too far forward. If you find yourself pushing too far forward, turn the hips to the front so that that knee doesn't go too far forward. Come back, turn to the front. You can drag this foot if you have to. And we're going to switch our stance into a bow stance on the other side. So we're going to repeat this on the other side. Yeah, a little bit wider with that stance if you can do it. That's it. You got a sturdier base now, right? Okay. Good. Wider. That's it. Good? Okay. So we're going to push forward, turning the hips, coming back, turn to the front, push forward. So careful not to bring the shoulders up when you get to the front, so just keep the shoulders down. So feel as though you're kind of pushing from the hips, like you're kind of supporting the elbows on the hips, but you're not actually going to touch them. But that's the feeling. So inhale, turn to the front, exhale, push. Inhale, turn to the front, exhale, push. Just feel your connection to the earth. Feel your feet rooted. Feel your breath in your lungs, in your body. Just be present right here, right now. Everything else can wait, and it will. go forward, you go straight in the direction of that front foot. One of the wonderful things that Qigong and Tai Chi will teach you is body awareness. Remember to keep the back heel connected to the earth so you can feel the source of your power. Push forward, you can bring that back heel in, and we're going to do one cleansing breath. Good. Drink some water, you deserve it, you've earned it. Are your knees bugging you? Are your knees bothering you? Usually when people have a hard time with their knees, it's the hip alignment. So if you're pushing your knee beyond the heel, that's going to bother your knee. So if you turn your hips to the front, I dare you to try to push your knee beyond your heel now. So that's something to be aware of. So okay, we're on the wind down section. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to do the 6 healing sounds from traditional Chinese medicine, and then we're going to do some tapping, and then we'll draw down the heavens, and you can all go home. Okay. So I'm going to give you the option to shake while we do the sounds. So if you want to, you can do horse shakes or flies. So you could either keep the heels grounded and just shake everything above the heels, or you can tap the heels if you have that, then that's okay for you. So I'm going to give you some colors. So come back to stillness. Sinking into the hips. So the first one is for the lungs. The color is white. So we're going to think of the color of pearls. We're going to breathe in that color. And as we exhale, we're going to say as long as we can, right? Just like a snake. Okay? So if you want to, you can do the shaking while you exhale. So deep breath in. And when you run out of air, you can just resume normal breathing. Good. The next one is for the kidneys. Your color is blue, blue light, like the color of sapphires. So you're going to breathe in blue, send it to the kidneys. And we're going to say choo, like a choo-choo train, but without any breath, okay? Or without any voice. So inhale, blue. Next is liver. The color is green like emeralds. So breathing in green, sending it to the liver. And we're going to shush like a librarian. Someone has an amazing lung capacity. So the next color is red like rubies. You're breathing in the color of rubies to your heart, bringing joy. And you're going to exhale, so like you're laughing very quietly. So inhale red. Good. Next is the color of gold or imperial topaz. We're going to send it to the spleen, and we're going to exhale as in who are you? So inhale, yellow gold. The last is orange, orange like the sunset. And we're going to exhale for the triple meridian. Think of that as the balance in your body. So inhale. Good. And come back to stillness. Place the hands on the dantian. Take a moment. Take some deep breaths. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your body's ability to just bring you back to homeostasis. All processes in nature happen without your interference. All things happen at their own time. It's okay to just be sometimes. On your next exhale, you're going to drop the hands. You're going to make little gows. We're going to tap on so where your arm crease is, you go a little bit up and a little bit in from there, and that's where you're going to tap and breathe. This is an important pressure point for releasing sadness. Smile to your body. Deep breaths, breathing out anything you find there. I'm going to switch hands. Other hand comes up in the gow, and you're going to tap just above the arm crease, a little, about 2 fingers up and 2 fingers in. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Any pain you find in that point, any discomfort. That hand down. Next, we're just going to tap on the sternum. So just with your fingers in a line, so just tapping on the sternum up and down. Just breathing. This is a good point for connecting to heart and lungs. Stimulating joy and releasing the stuckness of sadness. I just don't want my bracelets clicking right on top of the mic. So just moving up and down the sternum, just tapping. Taking deep breaths, feeling your connection to the earth, feeling yourself supported. The heart is still beating. Your lungs are still drawing breath. And drop the hands. We're going to take some deep breaths in. We're going to draw down the heavens 8 times. So sinking the hips back, opening up, gathering healing energy, washing it down the center of the body, washing down anything we don't need. Hips go back, chest goes towards the ground. Exhale, rise, wash it through the crown, through all the dantian. Gather, connect to everything around you, the abundance that's available. Exhale, rise up. Inhale, sink. Exhale, rise. Inhale, ground. Exhale, seal. Connecting to heavenly chi, connecting to earthly chi. 2 more. Remember that yin has a little bit of yang in it, and yang has a little bit of yin. Palms to the front, shift to your right. Bring your left foot in. Your right hand makes a fist, represents hardness, yang, forcefulness. Left hand represents yin, rest, softness. We overcome hardness with softness. We bow from the hips. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
My